Hello, everyone. Welcome to the MTG Paper Legacy July League Finals. We have got our two undefeated players here, Black Skydock and Aiden G. Gonna see a combo matchup: Doomsday versus Ant. Cathor, a noted Doomsday pilot as well, gonna probably be excited to see us.
So,
Yeah,
I love to see Black Skydock is really good Doomsday player. I like sent him a bunch of messages with questions when I started playing Doomsday. Copied some of his deck lists, got some tips from him, and like he's really fast with making his piles. So I'm looking forward to see to be looking what the players are doing here, like which combo plan is working out better in this kind of situation. Do you have any favorites here? What do you think? Who
I mean,
might be?
no. Honestly, they both have such just crazy explosive potential. They also both have a little bit of permission. They both have a little bit of like redundancy. So I don't know. Do you have a favorite? You play Doomsday more than I have ever played, which is zero.
So what I like if you're playing Doomsday, you you are on the play, so you can make use of days in the first game, which is a great advantage. You have Force of Will, so you have interaction with your opponent. You also have discard, so that's 2 axes of interaction. And if you want to go for your kill, you know that Aiden G has close to zero interaction. Like I think there's nothing that he can do to stop you from just winning the game.
Yeah.
So like if you want to win, you can just win. Um, you can stop your opponent; they can't stop you. So that's a great position to be in, and it also makes building the pile a lot easier. There's no wasteland, there's no stifle, there's no days, no force,
Yeah.
no early hull breacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had expected a turn one Thoughtseize from Aiden here, just because, like you mentioned, there's no actual counter spell in the deck, so if you're going to interact at any point, it needs to be with discard. But we see there was a Thoughtseize in hand. Let's see, Thoughtseize, Brainstorm, Preordain, Double Ritual, Kinmeyer Jr., one's my favorites. Ad nauseum and an LED in there.
Is there an Adnos? I don't see
I'm sorry,
Adnos. I
that's an
see
Infernal Tutor, I'm sorry.
Tutor,
Yeah.
Tutor LED, but that hand is also stacked. You have LED Tutor Double Ritual to probably cast Adnos, and the thought is to see if the rear is ways clean. So
Yeah. Taking,
now
I feel like you have to take the Tutor or the LED, maybe?
I like it taking the Tutor, but then the hand is just a bunch of nothing, and it needs a few more turns. And if you have a brainstorm, you can just hide a lot of your things. Depends on Black Skylark's hand.
That's fair,
Because
yeah.
if he takes the Thoughtseize, like just another Thoughtseize, and he and Aiden might win the game.
Yeah. Top decked a second land there, so Aiden will get to cast two spells this turn. That's nice for him.
Is it a top deck? Didn't he just
Yeah.
preordain the first turn and top of them?
Well, when he got Thoughtseize, he didn't have the land in hand, did he?
Yes, but in his first turn he
Oh,
also played a
okay.
cantrip.
Sure. I just mean, hey, we found
Okay.
land too. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
So
gonna
might
think.
have been known information.
Yeah. To Aiden, not to us, unfortunately. So top bottom on this preordain here. Well, thinking about it. Oh. Oh. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, every decision is going to just be so important here, like you mentioned, because Black Skydock has got permission in the deck as well, but these storm decks, it takes a lot of resources to go off, and you have to really sequence those around what your opponent can do. Do you think there is a world where Black Skydock goes Doomsday Go in this matchup?
Um,
Or-
Depending on the hand, yes, because your opponent does still have not many ways to interact with you, and if you just keep permission in your hand to prevent them from comboing, I don't see a problem in that. Just make a pile that you can 100% win next turn,
Hmm.
and stop your opponent from winning. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just saw. Oh, he accidentally just revealed a card to us there. Does have a Force of Will in hand on Black Sky's side.
That's sleight of hand.
Oh, maybe
Might
that
be
is. Maybe that is.
a we see a cycled street wave? So far, no duplicate artworks on Black Skydog's side. I like it.
Well, there haven't been any duplicate cards yet either, have there?
No,
Okay.
have been on.
I actually very recently found out that there's an island from Cold Snap that they accidentally printed the snow-covered island for art from Ice Age on. So it's one of the like fewer than 10 cards that have the wrong art. And I think the only one I know of that has like arts crossed like that. But
So we saw an end-step brainstorm, and now there's the Thoughtseize. What do you think about Aiden just like keeping the Thoughtseize for one more turn?
he does if he has black mana here, I don't mind this just because it means he might have found a tutor, he might have found something to let him really go off this turn. But he doesn't have a second black to cast those rituals right now. So I don't.
Here we see Black Skydog with a Limdude's Vault. That's something you don't see often in Legacy.
Yeah, that's EDH tech coming to roost here. Wow, those are some tough cards. I'm a little surprised. Are you a little surprised that Black Skydock didn't brainstorm in response to this Thoughtseize he knew about? Or since you want all those cards, does it not matter?
You, what do you take at this point? I mean, you can take the Force of Will. That's fine. Then you have to brainstorm later on because you don't want to double. Like if you brainstorm and you put the Force away, you don't have the Force available, and you can still brainstorm now to find a Force. And Black Skydog knew that Aiden didn't have the payoff, like the two-turn hand a few turns ago, so there's still double ritual LED in his hand.
Yeah, he found Petal to start the chain going here with his first Dark Ritual, and he knows the coast is clear unless Black Skydock wants to cash in those brainstorms like you were talking about.
Yeah.
So I think we might have 3 mana in the pool. Yep, we got 3 mana in the pool. They're going to keep track of Storm and Mana Forest there, up to 5 black mana. Let's see, Storm is only 3, right? I think we've only played... 4. We played Thoughtseize, Petal, and... So, yeah, Storm 5 with 5 mana floating. So, halfway there, right? A little more than halfway, since Black Skydock has paid some life.
So now we are looking for pairs. There should be another Dark Ritual, except if he put it away with a brainstorm. But it didn't seem shuffling at any point now.
No, he had 2 Dark Rituals earlier, right? And he cast both of them, I think.
Nice. So our streamers providing us here with a Storm counter and a Black Mana count. Seeing a brainstorm. Maybe like he ends up cast a brainstorm at some point, and then he preordained again to put away some cards.
Oh, okay. So found Dark Ritual number 3. Nice.
Handles in hand. Hard cast. Kill you?
Yeah, it's got to be. He has to have found Tendrils, Infernal Tutor, or maybe Adnaz, right? Like those are the only payoffs that matter now. Oh, Wishclaw. Wishclaw Talisman. Yeah. So that's actually just good enough. So yeah, Black Skydock knows, can do math. Is he going to cast a brainstorm response, try to find a way to get rid of this Wishclaw?
I mean, he has double brainstorm available to find a blue card. He has the Limbled Vault to pitch.
Yeah, well, the
worst situation.
The Force got pitched for the Thoughtseize, so he has to find a Force of Will somewhere.
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say is, like, he has the ability to look 6 cards deep.
Yeah.
And he has a blue card in hand, so he only needs to find one of his forces.
Yeah, that looks like that very light playmat on Aiden's side makes it hard for this white text to show up.
So that's... How many cards is 13 or 17? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It's like 16 cards that are out of his deck, so 44 cards, 6 looks. 3 hits.
Speaking of matching artworks there.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's
So he trusts these deck lists are open. He trusts that Aiden has a Tendrils in his deck somewhere. Doesn't make him go get it.
yeah, that's not what you want to be like hoping for, that your opponent has no way to win the game after he played the deck for probably up to 6 or 7 matches
Yeah.
with the same deck list.
I'm not a quick scooper, but I do want to see the see a win con. Sorry, I am a quick scooper. I just want to see the win con.
Yeah, yeah, that was quite unlucky from Black Skydog's side. So
Yeah, that is unfortunate because Aiden found the cards he needed kind of naturally there. It felt like we didn't have to get an Infernal Tutor or anything. Wish Call Talisman helped find the win con there at the end, but just
a lot of cantrips. So
yeah,
like he had to put a lot of thought into how he sequences. He's sequencing these things. He didn't immediately thought sees Black Skydog. He waited for a turn to keep open the interaction to go for his win. So well played by Aiden in this first round.
yeah.
That's for sure.
So combo mirror here. We'll check out the sideboards. I'm gonna look at the Doomsday sideboard here first. Got a
Yeah.
Cavern, 2 Duress, 2 Flusterstorm, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, a Pyroblast, 2 Red Blast, a Surgical Pyroclasm, 2 more Force Negations, and 1 Massacre. What comes in against your combo opponent here, knowing that you've got full deck lists?
Flusterstorm, Duress, maybe Force of Negation. What do you want to take out? You want to keep in your fast combo cards like LD, Ideas Unbound Piles. Maybe take out some amount of preordains.
Is
Um,
is Personal Tutor too slow? Or do you still like that here?
I still kind of like it because you want to win fast. You need to find your Doomsday. You don't have the time to search 3 turns for your Doomsday.
Gotcha.
Maybe cut the Ideas Unbound some amount of days. Because you cut days for Force of Negation, because when they start chaining Dark Rituals, days is not what you want to have in your hand. And maybe even the Pact of Negation, because usually the turn you're winning, there's not much that Aiden can do to stop you from winning. That's what I would bring in, probably.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Aiden has the hot new tech with Eve Progenitor Ooze, so Pyroclasm is not really the slam dunk that it would be against like Empty the Warrens.
Yeah, the ooze is much bigger, but I think in 80 to 90% of the time you want to go for tendrils, because if you
Sure.
give Dark Black Skydog another turn and he can just Oracle win, you don't want your oozes on the battlefield.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think combo here is where turn 1 8 goblins doesn't always win you the game anyway. But let's see. So Aiden G sideboard. Feel free to follow along in the deck list down the video description. A lot of the same stuff. Two Carter Palette Flowers, 2 Chain of Vapor, an Extirpate, 2 Flusterstorm, 1 Surgical, 1 Veil of Summer, 2 Abrupt Decay, 2 Hercules Recalls, 1 Galvanic Relay, and 1 Massacre.
To be
Man,
honest, I like Cluster Storms, but also the Extirpate, just for the reason if you are able to discard the Doomsday and extirpate it, that's a free win. The only way to win for Black Skydog is hard casting Street Waves at this point, and your combo turns are faster than the Street Wave beatdown.
yeah.
So that's just like my point of view to cheesing people out of their games.
Yeah. I really like the idea of Galvanic Relay, but I'm not sure if you want to say, all right, I'll try again next turn. Go ahead, Doomsday. Carpet of Flowers.
Wing against decks.
Yeah. Carpet of Flowers is also nice against blue decks almost every time, but I wonder if it'll matter a ton here. I mean, Aiden can get 1 or 2 mana for 1 or 2 turns, most likely, before Black Sky combos off. Do you think Carpet of Flowers are worth it here?
Maybe instead of a Lotus Petal, something like this, because Black Skydog will always fetch for blue. He has a single swamp in his deck, and the rest of his lands should be able to hit with a. He has 2 basic islands and 1 swamp, and this will be enough. Oh,
Oh,
the player started already, so we are seeing the underground sea.
yeah. I think Black Sky mulled to 6 here, but we'll be on the play.
Okay. So what do we see? We see 2 duets, we see 2 Misties at swap, and is this an LED?
Yeah, LED and a ponder there.
Yeah, okay.
So
So what do you
that's.
take?
I think I just take the ponder. Like this hand does not do anything. Do you would you rather have the LED here and let him have the ponder or?
Depends on what you have in your hand. So maybe you just take the. I mean, they will most likely ponder. Will do as anyway. So I don't know. Maybe take the LED because they don't have any acceleration, and then you can do the like slow grind fest. Because like taking a ponder, they have so many cantrips. They will find another ponder, another cantrip
Yeah,
anyway, and the LED is what starts a lot of combo turns.
that's true.
Okay, he's
But
taking ponder.
takes ponder there. Quick, just a little shortcut here. Gonna get that UC cast Duress, and it's gonna get dazed. A nice shiny daze. So
Okay. This is card draw. That's great.
yeah, the that means that the double duress won't get to strip 2 cards out of Black Sky's hand at least.
Yeah, maybe
So
maybe Black Skydog is ready for the win now. Who knows?
aggressive. I like that. That'd be a fun way to resolve a combo mirror. Oh, brainstorm. Okay.
That's not how you win this game.
Yeah, that doesn't make 3 mana.
No, I'm sure this, but this is super interesting because in these combo like combo mirrors, there's so much interaction packed into the first few turns of your game in so many decisions that it's like super compressed gameplay. Because I'm like, do you play the duress? Do you play the cantrip first?
Yeah, you know,
So,
there's so many people who who may not be super familiar with Legacy who don't want to play it because they're like, oh, I don't just want to play a 1-turn game every game or 2-turn game, and now it's like the one match where we have 2 combo decks, 2 like decks that can just win on turn 2, going up against each other, and we don't get to see it.
for
Sad.
example, like when I played Doomsday against a like control player, a friend of mine, he had a single land and a single cantrip and a lot of hate pieces. And wait a second, he played land already? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
now he knows. Uh,
All right, fine. We'll just play these instead. Oh, okay. He put that on top from the brainstorm, so he's able to cast it off the LED. Completely hellbent though here.
yes. How do you win next turn? Do you have an empty hand? That's really hard to win in a single turn now. But he knows that Aiden has not enough resources to go for an early win.
Yeah, that's true.
So if he has 2 turns, I could consider playing something like winning in 2 turns. Put a fetch on top because with 0 cards in hand without the like the new spoiler considered deep analysis piles, I don't see how you can win next turn because you are not able to produce 2 mana and cycle for Tesla's Oracle.
Yeah. Hilariously here, this also plays around that duress in Aiden's hand. Now that you're hellbent.
That's, so what I will probably do is just put a fetch land in the pile, land on the bottom, double Street Wave. That's 4 cards. Last card is Tassa's Oracle. You win the game. That's life totals don't matter at all. So just play the fetch land, pass the turn, cycle Street Wave twice, draw the Oracle, and then fetch and win the game.
Yeah, that math checks out to me. Yeah, that's 2 turns. It gets around all of the interaction in Aiden's deck because it's all discard. So I assume that
It's around
I assume having seen Black Sky play many times before, I assume he will find that line or one similar to it.
I'm pretty sure. It depends. Maybe there's a surgical extraction from Aiden's side that might screw up the order a little bit, but the at most it's 3 turns. So
Yep. Yeah, I guess he could put the fetch land on top and then the Thassa's Oracle and find Thoughtseize and strip it. If he's able to shuffle Black Sky's deck with a surgical, but
he still has to find the shuffle effect and
yeah,
the Thoughtseize because he only has 2S.
yeah. Well, that Ponder might I don't know. I'm trying to find a way for Aiden to win this game, but it is going to be tough. Does Doomsday not exile itself on resolution?
No, it does
Oh, okay.
not. It resolves and goes into the graveyard.
Yeah.
If you never played Dredge or Doomsday, like laying out the card in a fast and consistent manner without punting too much is a skill you have to learn. That's something I found out because it looks really easy to just put them out, but like it's harder than it looks to do it at a consistent speed without screwing up the line.
That's actually something I'm not very good at. Like in Loam, my first 10 or 15 cards in the graveyard will be like beautiful and ordered, and then it just sort of becomes like you can see where the line gets off track there.
I can totally relate. It's an acquired skill, definitely.
So yeah, I can't quite see these cards well enough to tell. I don't see the future sight frame on those Street Wraiths. Oh, actually, I see one. There's still one Street Wraith left in the deck, unless that's Edge of Autumn.
You can go for. This is Edge of Autumn. Two from the Force of Will in the middle, in the second door. That's Edge of Autumn.
I was thinking on the second row from the bottom, on the far left, above the Brainstorm and Dark Ritual.
Oh, that's the one Street Wraith. That's correct.
Okay.
I guess there might be another one in the top, next to the LED, first row, third card.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is the future set frame. Huh. So I wonder what is in the pile. I don't see. I don't think I saw Ideas Unbound, but that'll just never work. He'll never have the mana for that, right?
I mean, he can just make the same pile with a fetch land, Ideas Unbound, 2 petals.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't see many petals, so maybe that's an Ideas Unbound petal pile. It's But then
Yeah.
you don't take a fetch land, you just take a normal land. Now you draw you were down to 5 cards, draw a card, down to 4. Ideas Unbound, 3 cards left, draw 3 cards, Oracle 2 petals, you win the game.
Yeah. I guess that has the advantage of not having to pay 4 life in this situation in case Aiden got tendrils for 4 online. Like, ritual tendrils go.
Yeah, that's an option. Let's call it like that. But maybe he's like play cantrip, Bucket of Flowers, get 2 maximum mana, petal, tendrils, kill you.
Yeah. I think there is a way somewhere for Aiden to have found the cards he needs. But these the cantrips maybe aren't it. Bumping up storm count though, I guess.
No, he's not counting for Storm. He's not winning this turn.
I mean, he only needs 3 storm. Like ritual tendril, I guess petal ritual tendrils is fine here. All right, he's counting now. He found a ritual off one of those cantrips. It looks like, and a Cabal ritual. So mana is suddenly no longer a problem. But
Storm count.
yeah, how did he have time to find a tutor in all that? I guess he could have top deck tendrils, but he's found so many cards we didn't know about already that I guess that Thoughtseize has been probably 4 turns ago though. He's counting. This
Maybe he
list.
has a cantrip in the hand left, and but
Yeah,
he has a lot of black mana, but
yeah, he's
not a
used.
lot of blue.
Yeah, he uses
There was
only.
there was nothing in his hand.
Yep, got us all excited for nothing there. That would have been a really clutch place to have pulled it out there. And like I said, I know the tools are there, but you just have to find the right ones with your cantrips.
Think about the Black Skydogs pile. I think the Black Skydog pile was the Ideas of Bound pile that he probably made is more susceptible to shuffle effects like Extirpate and Surgical, but I don't think Aiden wants to bring those into his like linear combo deck.
Yeah, the
But
being able to just like gotcha sometimes must be pretty decent though. But you've got to get the discard since you can't counter the Doomsday and then surgical it.
no, like if he just Surgical to the Doomsday after it resolves,
Mm-hmm.
and then the pile is shuffled up, and
Yeah.
if he's not drawing the land the next turn, or like if the Ideas Unbound is the last card in the pile, he needs 4 more turns to win. Because he can only draw 1 card in a turn, has no interaction. He just plays a petal, plays a land, plays the Oracle, and then he won after 4 turns instead of 2 turns.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I'm not like as interested in surgical as a way to mess up a Doomsday pile, but like the big upside of being able to discard the Doomsday and then surgical, like you talked about in sideboarding, that's what I'm on board for. I mean, if
yes, still, but in this situation, like two more turns would have probably been enough for Aiden to win the game
yeah,
without having to fear any interaction from Skydog's side. And if you put in Cyclers into the into Skydog's pile, um, you don't need to find the 1 card that was your 3 cards. You just cycle through your deck and win this way.
sure.
And that was just my thinking. Because the slowest win would be after 3 turns instead of 4 turns. But that's minor, like that's minor what ifs that usually are not really relevant in these kind of games.
Yeah.
Hey, we are seeing another game on Aiden's, like the first game that Aiden is on the play, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think he broke serve game one, because Black Sky was on the play and didn't manage to take it. Oh, this is a quick thought seize here. Man, it is kind of offensive that Ant just gets to play a triple green card now. Wow, Days Force Negation. What are you taking here oh, he takes Force Negation.
This is not as good because you can play around with Dark Rituals pretty
Yeah.
well, and you don't usually want to take the Ponder because he has 1 more Sweet Wave and he might just win.
Yeah, he'll probably just find the other counter magic he needs then.
What's interesting here is that is there any way to potentially win turn 1 if he top decks a Doomsday?
We also need. I can't do that math as quickly as you can, so I will trust whatever answer you give me there.
Okay, the new piles are able to do this because he has a single cycler, and you can just cycle into a I don't know, he didn't have the mana to cast the Consider too. Because you somehow need a way to draw 2 cards usually in the pile to get additional mana and play the Oracle. And that's something that you were not able to do before that. Usually you use Ideas Unbound and LED to use 1 mana, draw 3 cards, and then you can just play Petal, have 1 card interaction and the Oracle to win. Okay, so... And now you have the same option with Consider, putting Deep Analysis into the graveyard, drawing the LED, casting LED, discarding your hand, still have 1 mana open, draw 2 more cards, and you are also 3 cards deep into the pile, but you only drew 2 more cards, which could be Lotus Petal and an Oracle or a Cycler and just win the same turn.
Yeah, my
Okay.
my inexperience with Doomsday is showing here because I would just have to like write all these out. Do you tend to like go to the same few piles that you just memorize?
No, I didn't memorize many piles because when I'm practicing, I try to think um, to go like through a route. Okay, what are the resources that I have? What are the resources I have to play around?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two factors that play in. How much money do I have? How many cards do I have? Like the cards in hand are like a real resource because sometimes you just want to play brainstorm after Doomsday to make the like all of the pies so you can win. If you only have a single card in hand or only two cards in hand, it's usually not enough to win with a brainstorm. So, and then you have to think, okay, do I need to play around Wasteland? Do we need to play around discard or shuffle effects, force of will, um, these kinds of things. So it doesn't make much sense to learn piles by heart.
Gotcha.
You, if you just get faster making piles, depending on the situation, it improves your gameplay a lot more.
That makes a ton of
Okay.
sense. Yeah, I've played several other combo decks before where a lot of the play patterns seem similar. Like Ant is one where like if you haven't played Ant before, then you're like, oh, it just sort of like you just always go ritual LED infernal tutor and you just sort of like win. But sometimes you have to like actually puzzle through things to get there.
Definitely, and that's what like shows you that you are like an experienced player, that you know what you're doing. And I'm like still far away from being a very good Doomsday player. I'm still in the starting, like starting to collect some experience and doing funny things. The, like Eternally is learning Doomsday too, and he played against the High Tide. And if you look from the outside, at first you don't think, hey, that's a super like interesting matchup because it's true fast combo decks. But High Tide has so many tools against Doomsday with Dress Down and Brain Freeze because Brain Freeze is really dangerous if you only have 5 cards in your library.
Yeah,
And that
cutting
makes
with
it
brain freeze is pretty
super.
good.
Yes. So that's super funny when you just put an Emrakul into your pile, so if they brain freeze you, you shuffle your pile again.
I didn't know that. What do they run the Emrakul for in Doomsday? How do they ever, or is that just for shuffle protection?
Sheldog Isle, Emrakul, so you can play against control decks.
Okay, that is very cute, but also very wild. I have not seen that tech. It looks like Black Sky's not on it.
No, he's not. It's like the Moto meta. You don't put that in against like Wasteland decks or anything like
Sure.
this, but against the barn control matches, they have no way to interact with your Emrakul, and you get your extra turn. You can attack. They have to sacrifice 5 things, and even if they are somehow able to stop your Thassa's Oracle, you still have a 15/15 beta that kills them in 2 turns. So.
It sounds like something that Tensai needs to slot into breakfast somewhere so he can mill himself enough to activate Shelldock Isle.
I wouldn't even be surprised. Okay, so we see Aiden still looking for some cards. We have a single days in Black Skydog's hand that is revealed
We got a
for.
little mid-record sub there.
Uh, those small
Yeah.
break. It seems like Aiden is it the call from Black Skydog's side or?
Oh no, I think that. Are you talking about the green cord? I think that's just his
No.
headphones cord.
Okay. I thought he's getting a call and they are taking a break because Aiden is thinking for a while. I think Black Skydog passed his turn after the Ponder and just
Yeah.
passed on.
Yeah.
Probably searching for his Doomsday.
Yeah. I mean, from Aiden's side of the table here, we have to assume that he feels under pressure here because Black Skydock has plenty of cards, has 2 lands already, and could just win on the spot. So.
Black Skydog could win next turn anyway, so
Yeah.
it looks like Aiden is going for it. Do you
Yeah.
think he bought in the Veil of Summer to cast it pre-combo?
I mean, it makes total sense when your opponent has that much permission, but I'm not sure. It's not like a permission heavy deck. It's just a deck that like has the Legacy Suite of permission.
Oh, we had a new Force of Negation
All right.
pitching days. So Aiden is out of cards.
Ooh.
He's not scooping yet, but like Skylark has all the time in the world now.
Yeah. Because Aiden, let's see. There's not the what's the very expensive card that draws like half your deck that you have to wish for. Test plays it,
Yeah,
but okay, thank you. But of course, this is and we're not playing that. Yeah, there's not a way to.
Okay, that's just.
Oh,
We
okay.
saw Dark Ritual Doomsday, Ideas on Bound. So
Okay.
you can draw 3 cards, cycle twice, double cast, petal, win with Oracle, and probably even have a Pact of Negation backup, but it doesn't really matter because Aiden is
Yeah,
empty. So that was a
I was.
quick and clean finish.
Yeah, I was looking at the deck list trying to find like some way for Aiden to win, and like while I looked away, Black Skydock just showed a Doomsday, I guess. So sad.
Yeah, 3 cards that win you on the spot. So yeah. So his hand must have been like 4 unknown cards, which is Force of Negation, Dark Ritual that we kind of knew about, Doomsday, and the Ideas Abound. So he found Ideas Abound and Dark Ritual. That's a fast match. That's pot racing.
Indeed. So that means Black Skydock is the winner of our July League. Congratulations, Black Sky. If you would like to join us, we start these leagues the first Tuesday of every month. We do registration the week before that, so come on down. It's a pretty casual kind of playing environment there. We do have some stakes here, but everyone's pretty friendly, conducive to new players. We have time zones all around the world. So we would appreciate if you all wanted to jump in and play the leagues with us.
We're looking forward to seeing your names in our registration sheets. And with this, congratulations to Black Skydog on Doomsday with his very own list with Limdul Sword, which I love and I also play because I copied it from him. And also I don't have the money for a personal tutor right now. So congratulations on your win for this league on Doomsday, and I hope we'll see us next month in the league.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you all next time. Let us be your local meta.